Miss Sidley was my name, and teaching was my game. Although I was old and had a bad back, the students still feared me and listened to every word I said.
Please use the word vacation in a sentence.
I went on a vacation to New York City.
One of the tricks I used while teaching was my glasses. Since they had thick lenses, I could see what was happening behind me.
Can I go to the washroom, please, Miss
Yes,
Sidley?
Edward. Go. Jane, close that book right now, and you will remain at your seat for 15 minutes after the bell.
Yes, Miss Sidley.
I'd noticed a change in Robert. His nose was wrinkled and he had a slight smirk on his face.
Robert, will you use the word tomorrow in a sentence, please? I'm waiting, Robert.
Tomorrow. Something bad is going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Out of the back of my glasses, I could see Robert sitting there with his hands folded, acting like a perfect student. I didn't particularly like Robert's sentence, but I forgot about it and continued teaching. I imagined it. I was looking for something, and when there was nothing there, my mind just made something up.
Robert.
Yes, Miss Sidley?
Nothing. Quiet! One more word from you and you will all be staying after school for detention with Jane.
Robert gave me a look that said, "We have a secret, don't we?" I accepted the fact that I was getting older and my mind may not be as good as it should be. I did not want to be one of those old teachers who screamed at their classes because they were at the age of retirement. I wouldn't do this. That is what losers do, and I'm a winner, aren't I? As I went to bed, Robert's face was floating through my mind, changing into a demon. I didn't sleep well, and thanks to that, I had a very short temper the next day.
Miss Sidley? Yes, Miss Crossan?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you.
It's okay.
Would you mind checking the paper towel in the girls' lab?
Yep, no problem.
Thank you.
Children were so much different in my day. Not more polite or respectful. Children are never like that. But now it seems as though children have no discipline, and they treat their teachers like they are nothing. The blurred reflection in my glasses of Robert's pale, respectful face had gotten inside me and was festering.
And then he and she knows what Miss Sidley is.
Stop that noise! I could see their shadows, holding on to each other with girlish glee. And then it came to me. The brats knew I was in here. I wanted to shake them until their teeth rattled and their giggles turned into wails. Then I would thump their heads against the cement walls and make them admit what they knew. They started to change, too. Their faces went sideways.
Miss Sidley! Miss Sidley! Girls, please leave.
I would keep this a secret so that people don't think I'm insane.
I'm afraid I slipped on a patch of wetness. Did the fall hurt your back, Miss Sidley? No, I think it works some kind of chiropractic miracle, actually.
I can call for a doctor if you want.
No, I'm fine.
Well, let me call you a taxi from the office.
You'll do no such thing.
I decided to keep Robert after school today, despite the fact that he didn't do anything. I'll accuse him falsely so I can ask him questions. I know he's a monster, not a little boy. I'll make him admit it.
Why are you smiling, Robert?
I don't know.
Tell me, please.
Oh, it's nothing. There's quite a few of us. 11 right here in this school.
He was very incredibly evil.
The little boys who tell stories go to hell. I know many parents no longer make their spawn aware of that fact, but I assure you that that is a true fact, Robert. Little boys who tell stories go to hell. Little girls, too, for that matter.
Do you want to see me change, Miss Sidley? Do you want a really good look?
Go away, Robert, and tomorrow bring your mother or father with you to school so we can get this business all straightened out.
Just be like show and tell. Won't it, Miss Sidley? Robert, or the other Robert, he really likes show and tell. He's still hiding away, way down in my head. Sometimes he tries to get out. It itches.
Go away, Robert.
Miss Sibley! Oh, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, Miss Crossan. Oh, it's just my back. It's just my back.
I didn't go back to my class for a month. I told Miss Crossan that I had simply not been feeling myself, and she suggested that I see a doctor. I agreed that was the only sensible choice. I also told her that if the school board wished that I resign, I would, although it would hurt me very much. Miss Crossan, looking doubtful, told me she didn't think that would happen. The verdict was for me to come back in late October, once again ready to play the game and not knowing how to play it. I let things go on as normal for the first week. The whole class now regarded me with hostile eyes. Robert still smiled at me from his front row seat and approached me one day after the end of class.
So many of us now, you wouldn't believe it. And if you tried to tell anybody, they wouldn't believe it either.
What do you mean, Robert? Robert!
I'm going to kill those little monsters today. I need to save the rest of the school, I still can. I have no idea what is now living inside of Robert's skin. I only hope that the real little boy is gone by now. I decided that the real Robert must have died or gone insane, living inside the dirty, crawling thing that chuckled at me inside the classroom and sent me screaming out into the street. So even if Robert was still alive, putting him out of his misery would be a mercy.
Today, we are going to have a very special test. We're going to need to go down to the reading room to do this test, and after it is completed, you can all go home for the day and have a candy. Robert, you're first.
Yes, Miss Sibley?
Thank goodness I soundproofed this room 2 years ago.
No one can hear us in here, Robert.
There are lots of us. Would you like to see me change again?
No.
It was human. It was Robert. No, it was all in your mind, Miss Sidley. All in your mind. No. I went back to the room and began to lead them down, one by one. I killed 12 of them and would have killed more if Miss Crossan hadn't come back down for a package of composition paper.
It's not what you think, Miss Crossan. They're all monsters. Change! Show Miss Crossan how it's done. Change! Damn you, you dirty, unnatural, filthy child! Change!
There was no trial. The state legislature called for more thorough teacher exams. Summer Street School closed for a week of mourning, and I went to Juniper Hall in Augusta. I was put into a deep analysis, given the most modern drugs, introduced into daily work therapy sessions. A year later, under strictly controlled conditions, I was put into an experimental encounter therapy situation. Bernadette Jenkins was her name, and psychiatry was her game.
It's time to go see the child, Miss Sidley.
All right, Bernadette.
After you.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house no creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Bernadette, I can't do this.
Very well, Miss Sidley.
I thought I would be okay at first, but the child smiling at me like Robert used to was too much to take, and the giggling reminded me too much of my past life.
I will be back to pick you up in a half hour, Miss Sidley.
Thank you.
time to go to